So the issue I want to share with you today that I'll be working on more closely in 13.1. I actually started working on this a few months ago, on and off, and last milestone, 13.0, I made some progress on it, and in 13.1, I hope that we get it in a good state so that it can be shipped. So what I'm working on is showing the list of reviewers. And initially we thought about showing in the merge request widget, and you can see some mockups here that some early mockups that show you in the merge request widget who has approved, which we already showed today, but then we would add this new column here, the reviewed by, and we would see exactly who has left any comments prior to approval. So this would allow us to track the status of the reviews. And I actually, to work on this, I did some initial wireframes of not only how this could look in the view MR page and in the sidebar with the assignees and how would you assign reviewers, but also how it would look if you wanted to um, edit a merge request and assign people as reviewers. And this would basically mix the concept that we have today of approval rules with reviewers. But this is very, very big, and you can see as I started working more this, I started to trim it down into the bare bones. And this is basically what we're aiming for in this first iteration, is just having a reviewers field, which I shared earlier um, last week. And as you can see here, this is what we're aiming for. So it would basically be a new field called reviewers. Um, Works exactly like the assignee field. You can add people, multiple people, remove them. Once you add or remove people, we would have the system notes saying that someone requested review from someone else, or removed the request, or just remove the review request. And it would be displayed below the assignee. As you can see here, one assignee, in this case, we're selecting reviewers. And so once you select them, they appear here. And as you can see, it's exactly the same as the assignee. And this would be the first iteration. And based on the wireframes that I did here, which I didn't want to throw away because I think they have a lot of good ideas, especially for the merge request widget to kind of simplify it, and also merging the concept of reviewers and approvals, which I believe is the direction that we should aim for, because someone that is a reviewer, the goal is for them to approve. So we wouldn't have those two separate concepts of someone that is an approver and someone that is a reviewer. The reviewer approves. That's their goal. And so I did another round of mock-ups of what could be the vision for the future, and I shared these in the epic that we're talking about, improving merge request reviewer assignment. And I think the epic might be the right place to talk about this. Yeah, the think big and build small. So here we're thinking big, and then in issues we start building steadily what we think the vision could be. Yeah, and these are some mock-ups. I will share the link in the description of the video, and you can review them asynchronously and see them on your own. But I think there are a lot of good ideas here. And now we're discussing, yesterday Marcel, the product design manager for Create, he left a really good note here that says that he's a bit concerned about adding yet another term and concept of responsibility with the reviewer field. And what he's asking is, if instead of just shipping this small iteration where we add this new field, what if we look at this the other way, and instead of having this new field, reviewers and also the approvers, we start working on approvers first, and towards this vision, and then add reviewers in the end. And this is something I'll try to discuss with him in the following days. Yeah, so if you have any comments, if you think this would help you working through GitLab, or you've struggled with asking people to review your merge requests, feel free to comment on the issues, which I'll link in the description. Thanks.